Hi, I'm Jaminda, and I wanted to share about my enthusiasm for native plants and for gardening. For me, it's a creative outlet and something I can do to impact my own environment, maybe the habitat and ecosystem around my house. Feel like I'm doing something in this world to offset, my environmental impact. So, I wanted to give you 3 reasons to consider reducing your lawn and putting in some native plants around your home. So, ecologically, naturalists often refer to lawns as deadscapes. Replanting part of your lawn with almost any kind of planting, but especially with native plants, really can help to tackle 3 major environmental challenges. It's something we can all do. So first of all, carbon sequestration. In the US, lawn mowers, they are regulated, but they're not regulated for as much gas efficiency as our automobiles are. I've read that 1 hour of lawn mowing with just your average lawnmower is like driving your average car 40 miles. So the pollution, that's created in the US by both lawn mowing and this is weird but interesting. The amount of gas that's spilled in the average year in the U.S. just filling our lawn equipment is equivalent to the quantity of oil dumped by the Exxon Valdez every year, right? Just in filling the equipment, not even running it. So that's a lot of hydrocarbons released into our atmosphere, spilled into the ground, ultimately going into our groundwater. But an amazing thing about planting native plants is that they have really deep root systems, deeper than your lawn. Some native plants, including some of the native grasses you could put into your yard, will sink carbon as deep as 15 feet. They have root systems that can go as deep as 15 feet into the soil. So that's carbon sunk into our soil. Trees do the same thing. Obviously, when the tree trunk is ultimately cut, then it comes back into our environment. But let's see. Another thing I was going to mention. If you're interested in supporting bird populations, again, back to the deadscape. Most lawn seeds and fertilizers also may not be the headline, but they also include herbicides and pesticides. The purpose of which is to, eliminate insects that might, damage the lawn, but also to eliminate those weeds, the things like violets, which violets are actually a huge food source for caterpillars for a number of different butterflies. And also some birds eat violet seeds. And same thing is true with dandelions, clover, the things that might flower in your lawn. So the weeds are actually the only thing that would feed your birds and insects around your lawn. So those are eliminated in most lawns. In the US, we actually use more pesticides in lawn care than in our agriculture industry. Something to think about. The other thing is, like, all those pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers put on the lawn are ultimately washed into our own watershed. This is a cool fact. It takes, depending on the kind of baby bird that might be around your yard, but it takes between 350 and 600 caterpillars a day for the parents to feed a baby bird, right? So they have to find thousands of caterpillars to raise their nest of birds. We all probably you've heard bird populations are on the decline. Well, if they can't find caterpillars in your yard because of the pesticides and because you don't have host plants, they can't successfully raise that nest of baby birds. So thousands of caterpillars are needed if we're going to have the next generation of birds. Okay, finally, protection of our watershed. Good reason to replace lawn with native plants. Lawns require a lot of water because they have a really shallow root system, but native plants, one, they don't need as much water because they're meant to be here, and two, they have much deeper root systems, which is great for lots of things, erosion control, that kind of thing. Also, the fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides used in maintenance of the lawn ultimately wash into our watershed. I guess back to native plants. I've been experimenting with them. It's really an interesting challenge and puzzle, but they can be really beautiful, and there's a lot to appreciate as far as the wildlife that comes in. So insects, caterpillars, birds, pollinators, butterflies, just makes for a really lively environment. Less time mowing and handling gasoline and all that gross stuff, and hopefully more time being fascinated by what comes into your yard. All right, something to consider. Thanks.